Hey guys, so I know that I have been gone for a really long time, and I promise that I'm gonna get back into things and start posting weekly videos again. I actually filmed a makeup tutorial yesterday and I am in the process of editing it, so bear with me. It takes the longest. Oh my god. Okay, so this video actually is not beauty related. This is just kind of about me and my life, if you will. So if you know me in like real life, this probably like won't be a shock to you, or you may like want to know details about it, or if you don't know me at all, this might like freaking blow you away. Like, that's freaking nuts. But I really feel like my story is definitely worth being told, and I feel like people should hear it. So here we go. My name is Hannah Dennis, and I am 22. I'll be 23 August 18th. I know I'm like 23. I feel like I'm freaking old as balls. Like, oh my god. 23 is basically, I'm almost 30. Okay, so I have two kids. This one, number one right here, it's my firstborn. Ellie! Ellie! Hey! That's Ellie. So, her brother's name is Griffin, and he just turned a year old, but he is not in here because he's a wild man. And me and Ellie are the same person. We're just lazy like that. That's just what we do. And so that's all. I don't have any real kids. I just have fur children, and that's how I like it. I do still live with my parents. Sometimes I call them my roommates, but I plan on probably living with them until I get married, just because I feel like there's no reason for me not to. I saved tons of money this way, and I actually really like my parents, you know? And let's see. I have a boyfriend. I have been dating him for almost 2 years. He's definitely the one, you know? Hey, Kel, if you're watching this, you know. So, okay, so, really what this video is mainly about is, pretty much, I classify it as cyberbullying. My story actually starts back to, I think that the first time that I had an encounter with this particular subject was when I was 15. I remember my 15-year-old self, you know, very dramatic. My 15-year-old self's boyfriend, you know, I remember him texting me and being like, hey, like, we need to talk. And I was like, my life is over. Like, you know, I knew what was coming, blah, blah, blah. So after school, you know, he calls me and is like, so who is so-and-so? And like says some guy's name. And I'm like, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. So this is the first time that I actually had. So we got down to the bottom of it, and he gave me a chance to tell my story, which is wild. And so it comes to find out that this guy is texting somebody, and they said that they were me, that their name is Hannah Dennis, and that, you know, they were single, blah, 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 like talking, who knows what they were saying, you know. And using my pictures, sending them pictures that they got off probably, what, MySpace at the time. And so 15-year-old myself boyfriend doesn't believe me at first, you know. He's like, this is your pictures, like, obviously, like, you're talking to this person. So I'm like, okay, well, ask him, like, what number, like, he's texting. So comes to find out, like, it wasn't my number. Perfect. Okay, I'm in the clear. Okay, so this actually continues to go on to happen for a really long time with my 15-year-old self's boyfriend, with a number of different guys. So it's just crazy that was my 15-year-old self, and this was already happening. So, right. The next, I would say that a step up from this, the creepy scale goes up a little bit, is I feel really super old saying this, but I guess there was like a thing called like site models back in the day for like MySpace, I guess. And this person or people or whoever was doing it, they had all of these like weirdo profiles, and they're all my pictures, and they chose to give me a new name though. Like this, they're stepping their game up at this point, you know. I was maybe 16 now. So they used the name Blake Camp, and it's just like, what the heck? Like, what even is that? Like, where does it come from? Like, even to this day, like, when I made my YouTube channel, I went to watch one of my videos, so I typed in, you know, Hannah Dennis. So I see all of these videos, and they are not from me posting. They're still on YouTube. I'm reporting them. Nothing happens to them. They're of like my 15-year-old self. Like all these pictures, like slideshows. Some of them say Hannah Dennis. Some of them say Blake Camp. It's super, super creepy. Like it's the creepiest thing. So let's fast forward to maybe like 17, 18. And the creepy factor, it goes up a little bit. Okay, backtrack just a little. So Facebook. Now that was probably 17, right? When that became a thing. R.I.P. MySpace. And so I got my Facebook deleted one time. And I was like, what the freaking heck? And so they emailed me and were like, hey, like, somebody reported your account as you're impersonating somebody. And I'm like, what the freaking heck? They're like, to get your account back, you have to send in a picture of your license or any kind of valid government issued ID. And I was like, are you serious? Like, to get my Facebook back, I have to send in a picture of my license? Okay, so I did that, got my Facebook back. That has happened to me. I literally swear to God, I have sent Facebook my license picture probably since I got my Facebook. I'm gonna say I have sent them my license probably 11 times. Yeah, okay, 17 years old. So I'm a waitress at this time. So the scale, the creepy scale, you know, when I was like 15, 16, it's like maybe here. So when I'm 17, 18, it goes to a new level, okay? I'm talking like, whoa. So I'm waitressing, la la la. So the first time this happens, it was like a guy that was probably my age. He came in and asked the host to sit in my section, and I'm like, hey, cool, what's up? I'm like, hey, I'm Hannah, like, what can I get you to drink? He's like, hey, do you not recognize me? And I'm like, no, I do not. He's like, huh, that's funny, like, don't lie, I know you recognize me. I'm like, okay, so, no, I don't. So this guy is like, I've been texting you, and I'm like, huh, no, you haven't, like, no, I have a boyfriend. And he's like, you just sent me a selfie of yourself in the back and said that you were working, so I came to see you. So I had posted on my Instagram, probably an hour before this, a selfie of myself and said that I was working, which obviously that was my fault. Like, I shouldn't have said where I was working and when I was going to be working, because I just set myself up for that. Now I know that 22-year-old self realizes that. Okay, 17-year-old self, we didn't. So that was the first time that happened to me. So then a couple times I was a mallaholic, and I went to the mall all the time because I worked right by it. So on 2 different occasions, I had guys that I had no idea who they were come up to me and be like, Hannah, and I'm like, I don't know you, like, what are you doing? They're like, oh my God, like, we've been texting for like 6 months. I'm like, no, we haven't. And they're like, yes, they have, arguing with me. I kid you not. Whether or not they have been texting me. Okay, no. So one of the things that happened to me that I was like, this is turning into like a really big deal. I was 18, I was still waitressing. I had a guy come in that was in the military, and he had been texting or Facebook messaging somebody he thought was me for like a year and a half while he was overseas. So he shows up to my work thinking that like he's coming home to me and all of this stuff, and I was blown away. he told me stories about what this person had said to him. He said that, like, the way that I was talking, he said that is, like, some of the stuff like that is that what that person would say, like, that's so weird. This person had told him that I had a child and that I had it when I was, like, 15 years old and all of this stuff. So this guy, who is a respectable guy, who is over there, you know, doing all of this stuff for us, is thinking that he's coming home to somebody when I had absolutely no idea who he was. And it was really sad, you know. So that has actually happened to me more than once. I've had people come up to me and think that we were, like, talking. And, you know, now I find it really hard. At first, I was really patient and nice. Like, I felt bad. But now that it is 2016, it is hard for me to keep my patience and hard for me to be nice when all I want to say is, are you literally kidding me? Like, you talk to somebody on the internet for a year without even FaceTiming them or meeting up with them, and you want to argue with me about whether or not, like, that's a real person? Are you serious? Like, who talks to somebody that long without meeting them? Like, that is crazy. That is freaking nuts. When I started making YouTube videos, I was like, yes, like, I love doing this. I love doing makeup. I love all things beauty. I was like, this could be something that I love to do. I do it all the time. Like, Carly Bible and Jaclyn Hill, like, I love them. Like, wouldn't it be so cool if I could do this as a job? Because I know those girls, like, they do this for a living. Like, how awesome would that be? So I get super excited to do these videos, you know. I think it's really important, like, if you're going to do this, to have, like, I feel like an Instagram really helps you, like, get out there and, like, have people, like, know what you're doing and who you are, like, and if you have to keep it on private, it's kind of hard to do that kind of thing. So after I made, like, my third YouTube video, my Instagram got deleted. And I was like, are you seriously kidding me? Like, again, because Instagram is the same thing as Facebook. Like, I have sent them a picture of my license multiple times. It just keeps happening, and I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. So this last time that I got my Instagram deleted, I actually, like, when I was emailing them from, or, like, trying to submit a request to get my Facebook back, the email that I had registered with my Instagram, every time I would type it in, it would kick me off. Like, these people literally know what they're doing. Like, it's freaking crazy. And so I just kind of felt really defeated about it. And, oh, sorry, my head really itches. I just got my roots dyed. And I was just kind of like, you know, maybe this is a sign. Like, I should just stop making videos. I should just maybe stop trying to have social media altogether. And so I got my Instagram back, and probably 2 days later, it was on private, I had a girl email me, my personal email for my freelance makeup. So this person emails me and says, "Dear Hannah Ellen Dennis, I am giving you one opportunity to make your Instagram account public for all, or else I will get it deleted. I will delete this account and every account that you try to make after it. So please try me. I have gotten all of your accounts deleted in the past, and I'm not afraid to do it again." And I said, "Are you threatening me?" And she said, "Pretty much." And so she emailed me again and said, "Make it public." And I just didn't respond. And she said, "Only for an hour." And I was like, what the freaking heck? Like, these people are crazy. So anyways, my Instagram did get deleted like 2 days later, and she emailed me and was like, "Ha, told you, bitch." And I was like, I was like, this is freaking it. I was like, I am so pissed. So I'm sending in the Instagram team, like, freaking novels. And it's so frustrating because I feel like, you know, the people that report my accounts, they report them like 2 times, and Instagram automatically deletes my account. When I look up, like, you can search, there's 2 right now. There's one that's like Han E. Dennis, or you can search Hannah Dennis on Facebook, Hannah Dennis on Instagram. You can Google Hannah Dennis, and all of this stuff comes up. And I am diligent, and I seriously sat on Instagram one night and I reported a couple of these accounts over 100 times. Nothing happens to them. They don't go anywhere. But if somebody reports my account, they automatically get deleted, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. The creepy scale, it was up here, remember? Okay, so it's freaking out. It's done. It can't even fit in this screen anymore. Okay, it's a goner. So the new thing, you may want to sit down. So I am doing people's makeup on the side, all of this stuff. So I had this number text me and was like, hey girl, and I was like, hey, like, who is this? So they said that they were somebody that I actually knew, like, in real life, but it's like one of those people, like, I don't have their number, like, I wouldn't say that we were like friends, like, I just know who they are, like, I've seen them around, like, I'm friends with them on social media. And they were making an appointment with me to get their makeup done and, like, had a date set and all this stuff. And I just kind of got a weird vibe from it. So I actually messaged that girl. And I was like, hey, did you just text me? And they were like, no, like, I don't even have your number. So I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, this person is seriously, like, trying to meet up with me. And it was really crazy. And that happened to me 2 more times. And they do people that I know, but I don't see on a daily basis. So it's super weird. And there's just nothing I can do about it. So all of my friends are like, oh my gosh, like, go on Catfish. Like, you need to be on Catfish. Like, blah, blah, blah. All these people are like, oh my gosh, I'm just waiting for the day where I see you on Catfish. So the MTV show Catfish, actually, I submitted a request to them, and they called me almost immediately. I talked to her for a while, and she was like, there's nothing we can do. Like, the person that is doing that has to agree to do this, to be on the TV show, or there's nothing we can do. So I was like, oh my God, like, I was crushed. I was like, I thought that this was going to be it. Like, I was finally going to get to figure out, like, who is doing this all my whole life. It's just super weird. So I was super sad that happened, and it just still continues. So I got my Instagram deleted yet again. This time I couldn't get it back, and I was like, are you seriously kidding me? So there's not an Instagram number you could call. There's nothing. I emailed Instagram probably 7 times. They don't even respond. They don't care. Nothing. So finally, I got real. I'm talking, I sent Instagram an email that was probably this long, threatening words, maybe a few curse words. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, I am having strangers come up and talk to me because of these people that are using my pictures and pretending to be me. I said, my safety is in danger. I said, my family and I think that Instagram is partially at fault for this, and we are actually seeking legal action against whoever this is that is using my pictures for their own use. And we think that Instagram is partly at fault for that, for letting them and not doing anything about it, And so finally Instagram actually, like, reached back out to me, and they were like, we're sorry. It was probably like an automated thing. They were like, we're sorry, blah, blah, blah. They deleted the Instagram account that I kept reporting, which had like 3,000 followers, which is like freaking like 80 times more than I have. Like, they're way cooler than me. It's super weird. And they were like, if this happens again, just let us know, and gave me my Instagram back. So I get on Instagram today, and there is 2 more. They already have over 1,000 followers. I have no idea how this happens. And so I have people message me on Instagram, random people, and they send me pictures or whatever of fake accounts of me. So I guess that they don't really think about it because they're trying to get me to like accept their requests. And so I still have the messages in my inbox, and I won't want to approve them or like look at them because I know what they're doing now. So like I can go like a few days later and refresh my messages, and they'll have like their name is switched to something in regards to Hannah Dennis and have my pictures. So it's super weird. Like they don't even think about the fact that I keep their messages. One of the best ones was I had this guy message me on Instagram, and he was like, hey, why won't you text me back? And I'm like, I don't know you. And he's like, yeah, you do, like, we're texting, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no. And he is, like, arguing with me whether or not we're texting. And so he's, like, really adamant. He's like, well, if you're the real deal, then write my name on a picture and send it to me. And I'm like, no, like, I don't even know you. And he's, like, cussing me out. He's like, you can't even prove that you're real, blah, blah, blah. You done? You done? Are you done? Okay. So he's, like, cussing me out, blah, blah, blah. So he just wants me to write his name down on a piece of paper and take a picture with it. So the next day, I refreshed my messages, and that account is now Hannah Dennis and has my picture. So I feel like they were like messaging me, trying to get me to do that so they could send it to a guy probably that they were talking to, pretending to be me. So it's never ending, and I feel like Instagram does such a poor job of monitoring stuff like that. I feel like they should... Are you serious? Anyways, I feel like Instagram does a really poor job about that, and so does Facebook. They don't do anything about impersonation accounts, literally nothing. They continue to delete my accounts and not do anything about all the other fake accounts, and I really think that this should be like a known issue. Like, I feel like there should be a way higher penalty than there is right now for using someone else's identity to talk to random people. I know that here in Oklahoma that they are trying to pass what's called like the catfish bill, to where there is actually, it's going to be against the law to do that. Just got brought to the House, so hopefully it gets passed and there's something that they can do. Like I said, my family is very adamant on, you know, finding out all of this stuff and pressing charges. Seriously. Yes. This has been such a big deal. Like, I have had people call up to my work, my place of business. It's seriously crazy. And I think that people should be way more aware of what's going on. And I feel like I shouldn't be penalized by having all of my stuff deleted and by people taking my pictures, because there's nothing I can do about it, you know? So that is really my background story with cyberbullying. These people really do. I have had some of the fake accounts message me and say some of the most outlandish things to me, and it's pretty hard to hurt my feelings, I'd say, but I mean, seriously, it's wild. Like, these people, like, they are a different breed. So feel free to share my story. Like I said, I really do feel like this story is something that should be heard. I feel like something needs to be done about people pretending to be other people. It's absolutely ridiculous. My only Instagram account, listen close, my only Instagram account is Hannah, E as an elephant, Dennis, HANNAH, EDENNIS, Hannah E. Dennis. Only Instagram I have. Only one. Only one. My Facebook account, I don't even know how to like tell you what that is. I think it's like Hannah. Okay, I looked it up right quick. My Facebook is, www.facebook.com/Hannah E. Dennis 9324. That's all. So I don't have Twitter. I don't have none of that. Okay, so um, that is really all. I could honestly talk about this and stories that have happened to me for hours, like literally hours. There's so much that I left out that I could talk about, but nobody wants to watch a video that's that long. So feel free to share my story. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I promise to get more beauty videos out. I'm trying to do once a week. It's super hard. I'm in the process of editing one right now. So thanks for staying subscribed, even though I've kind of been MIA. Feel free to add me on these social medias that I do have. And that is all for now. Thank you.